All right, how am I going to explain this to them? They think I'm still down in... I'll have to explain that I brought everything up and that I... Oh, morning. Didn't see you guys there. I things have changed. Things have changed. We're going to do something a little different this winter, okay? I can explain. Yeah, good morning, everyone. Eric here from Nomadic Fanatic. Thanks for joining me on the channel. Christmas is over. Getting ready for the new year. And with that, okay. Obviously, my plans have changed. After talking with Diana and realizing the mistake of thinking quartzite was going to be a good thing for me, it's not. What's a good thing for me is peace and quiet and structure. And, I have 5 acres here up in the White Mountains, so I have moved everything back up here into the White Mountains, except for a few things in my storage shed down in Quartzsite. So, back in Apache County. And I have decided that I don't want to wait until the weather gets better. I am going to winter on my 5 acres here, hopefully, for the whole winter in Boondock. So right now we are in a unusually warm spell here in the White Mountains. I do not think that it has snowed once here in December, but that is all going to change, I promise you. In fact, it's already in the weather forecast. Things are changing. The cold is rolling in, and if you guys stick with me, this landscape is going to change drastically with snow. So after speaking with Diana about my plans and her plans, I gotta wait till January till she gets some stuff sorted with the house before I can really move on anything anyway, so it's just kind of downtime. I really wanted to come up here and start working on the property, and in order to do that, there's certain things I have to do in a certain order. I can't even get the bus here on the property. It's actually stored down the road at a friend's property that actually has cinder rock gravel driveway established. If I were to bring in a 27,000-pound bus on top of this, let me show you. I mean, yes, there's lots of rocks and stuff, but look how much it sinks. That was a full 2 inches into the ground. Totally different landscape than Taterland here at Tater Acres, my 5 acres to develop. So I need to, first of all, figure out where the driveway is going to be because we have to cut down trees, hence the chainsaw. Gonna be firing that guy up today and figuring out exactly, see, another pine tree that we missed buried in this big juniper here. So gonna be figuring out my S driveway, figuring out which juniper trees are going to come down for the driveway. Then I'm going to need to get some rock brought in. Then I'm going to need to rent a skid steer or something to move and spread the rock down the driveway. And then I can get the bus here and start setting up camp here. And then worrying about all the other stuff. I mean, this is literally raw land, guys. Raw land. Also, this property is covered in lava rock. Lava rock everywhere. I mean, it is very, very dense with lava rock, and Diana and I were doing some research about lava rock. Let me set this down. For those of you that have been actually following my channel and what's going on in my life and my search for peace and serenity, it's been one of the strangest Christmases ever. Of course, everybody's talking about the sudden passing of Adam the Woo. Adam was a friend of mine. I'm not going to say a super close friend, but close enough to know his real name and to have his number. And him and I have met in person and collaborated a few times. I considered him a friend outside of YouTube, more like a work associate friend. Like we actually talked behind the scenes YouTube stuff. And I mean, it's incredible how far his reach is and how many lives he's affected and people that are mourning his sudden passing at 51. He was one of the YouTubers that started it all for me. In 2009, I followed him for 3 years before starting up my own channel, and I always wanted to be like Adam. His sudden passing has just sent shockwaves through this nomadic traveling community. It's still just impossible for me to understand. I mean, yeah, it's been tough. There's been a lot of things that have been really tough. And then, drama at Quartzsite and everything else going on. But lava rock. These white mountains here, centuries ago, there was a volcano here. That's why the ground is covered in lava rock. They're wiped out. Huge volcano. And so you have lots of volcanic rock all over the land. And Diana actually did some research and found this about lava rock specifically, that spiritually, lava rocks are used as powerful grounding stones, connecting you to the Earth's raw energy to provide stability, calm emotions, and promote rebirth or transformation by shedding negativity. I got goosebumps. Making them great for focus, stress relief, and emotional resilience, often linked to the root chakra. They symbolize new beginnings, help with logical thinking during chaos, and their porous nature makes them excellent aromatherapy diffusers. When I first read that, it was like instantly like, okay, Eric, look, you are where you need to be right now in life. Here. It's such a perfect definition of lava rocks and why I feel so calm and peace and ready for new beginnings. New beginnings on this channel, developing this land. It's just crazy. I'm ready. So for the chainsaw, I picked up a 20-inch Craftsman at Home Depot for, I think, $139. And then to keep it from getting gunked up, I mean, I can't find any non-ethanol fuel around here. I mean, there probably is some in Sholo if you go farther into town, but I just went ahead and got non-ethanol premix 51 ratio 2-stroke fuel for this. That way, if it sits and when it sits, it's not going to gunk up the carburetor like ethanol fuel that you get at the pump. Paid a little bit more. I think this was $23 for 1 gallon pre-mixed. And then I got my bar and chain oil and stuff. So essentially what I'm going to do is cut down my first juniper. Driveway is right behind you, and it's going to come right through here, and then it's going to curve off. So that if anyone drives on this non-maintained road that I've never seen anybody on, and they look down, they won't see anything because of the S driveway. See, I'm learning from Taterland. Not mistakes, but I can make it better this time. I could have redone the driveway there, but I don't want people driving by the road and just staring at me and stopping out there and be able to see me. So let me figure this out and figure out which one's coming down first, and then I'll fill up the Craftsman here. I actually shed the long sleeve. I'm going to work in a t-shirt because, I mean, I think it's going to be like this. I've never spent a winter up here, but I've been checking and talking to people, and everybody says, even when it snows, it all melts by noon anyway, and 50 degrees with sunshine and working, you're actually comfortable in a t-shirt. So we're about to find out how comfortable I'm going to be. Take this juniper out first because the pine tree right there I want to save. really like that little Craftsman 20-inch. It's like the perfect size. Not too big, not too small, not too heavy, and gets the job done. So I'm gonna clean up this stump a little bit. I actually decided that I'm gonna leave half of it on this side of the driveway. I'm gonna leave that half. I'm gonna trim off a couple more limbs like right there and right there. This will prosper. This will be bad. I know it looks pathetic right now, but this little pine Christmas tree is going to prosper here in the sun. And take down a couple more branches right there. So essentially what I'm going to work on is clearing this root here. By the end of today, I want to have a driveway going about 1/3 into my 660 feet length here, so that we can put rock down here and form this as part of the driveway. That's my hope, is to establish a driveway, okay? So I'm gonna keep plugging away. Get back to you in a little bit. Break time, lunchtime. Ice cold Coke, some Doritos, and a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I love having this truck. It's probably one of the best choices I made. And it's gonna get used a lot out here at Tater Acres, just so you know. Oh, I got my trash bags in the back of the, I don't know yet. I'm gonna have to figure out the transfer station where you can dump your own trash, but I also worry about critters getting up into the bed of the truck. I don't think you can leave trash bags out like that, so yeah, I might call a few places and just see. There's, some of my neighbors have some trash cans. I know that Republic and Waste Management I had at Tater Land, they don't come out here, but there's Wagon Wheel Waste, and there's another one. I think it's Apache Disposal. Those two companies, that's how I figured it out. I'm driving to my property, and my neighbors have trash cans, so I took a picture of the logo on the trash can. So I know who to call if I want to get serviced at the driveway. I just don't know if it's feasible. I don't know if it's feasible, practical, that sort of thing. So first, we'll go to the transfer station, which is not, it's not free here. There is a cost to dump your trash here in Apache County, unlike Quartzsite where it's free, but whatever. I'll finish up lunch here and keep moving on, moving north. Might be it for the day, guys. The thing about living up here off grid, I should remember this, is that you need to have multiple jobs ready, lined up, because if you need something like a chain sharpener, because I can't even cut through a 2-inch piece anymore, I don't have a chain sharpener. Or maybe I do, but it's probably down in Quartzsite, 6 hours away in my other shed. I can't just go rent a U-Haul and bring all that stuff up here because there's nowhere to put it. I mean, I have to have a building or somewhere else secure up here to get all my stuff up here. At least a tent, right? Maybe I should inflate that big tent. I mean, it's not secure or anything, but I mean, yeah. So if you need something like a new chain or a chain sharpener, it's a half-hour drive into town, which is why I like to make lists and get as much done as I can when I do go to town. But I'm not going to go to town right now for a new chain. I am going to put the chainsaw away and focus on this another time. We made progress here. We made progress. Look, I've got a 100, 200 foot driveway now. Oh yeah, I easily have a 200 foot driveway, but there's no sense in ordering rock and renting a skid steer until I get the whole thing done, because then I got to do it twice, you know? I mean, I can have a little bit of rock brought in, and I can just do it myself, but I'll show you what's going on. The kitties, the bus, the Harley, my 2 trailers are at a friend's house nearby on solid ground. Because this, I mean, the truck does fine. You know, I don't know, the bus might be okay. But there's another issue arising, and that is, well, we mentioned trash, we can do trash, but septic, the bus is ready to go to a dump station. And water, we need fresh water. There's some sacrifices you have to make when you live off-grid. Now, give me time and I'll figure it all out, and I'll have a smooth running machine here at Tater Acres. But right now, as we begin and as we transition into the colder months here, it's gonna be an adventure, okay? So I'm just warning you, and thank you for joining me on the channel on this new winter land development project that was not scheduled, but you know, it all works out. I'm very much at peace right now. I'm very happy, very calm. Yes, I miss Diana. She's in California. They're getting some flooding going. She said it's like 3 days of nonstop rain, more rain than she's ever seen in LA, ever. Like in the history of ever. Could be something historic going on in California as far as rainfall and flooding, but yep. I am sure Diana has a plan for all the lava rock. So but right now I'm just kind of getting all the big pieces off the road and moving them to the side of the road. If she wants to do something with them, she'll know where to find them. But I'm leaving the little ones that aren't like out obstructing the actual road, because they'll just help the soil when there's more rock put on top. Also, I don't think I'm going to get the same rock that I got last time. That gray crushed, what's it called? Grizzly Run. No, I'm probably not even going to deal with that company again. We'll see. This is back-breaking labor, though. Tedious, not hard. Just tedious. A lot of lava rock here. A lot of lava rock. It's good, though. Only 800 more feet to go, Eric. Buy land again, Eric. It'll be fun. It will be, eventually. Eventually it will be. It's actually kind of therapeutic out here. Usually I would have tunes playing too, but not today. Did not load the tunes or the speaker up for this trip. That's it. I tap. That's good for today. I'm gonna go warm up. Got the furnace on in the bus, propane furnace. Go snuggle with the kitties. And I'll show you camp. But first, let's look at what we got done today. Again, I'm going through and removing all of these lava rocks, pulling them up by hand, chucking them. So it looked like this. And now, behind the truck, I mean, it kind of looks like a driveway. Who needs a skid steer? I am the skid steer. Look at a pile of rocks. Driveway's looking real nice now. That's a huge improvement, removing the rocks. And you know, there's some that I couldn't get out. Actually. Yeah, we'll get back to this. It's going to be a really nice driveway. It's going to be worth it. No blood, sweat, or tears involved. Well, a little bit of sweat. A little bit of sweat. All right, Tater Acres. Soon. Actually, good thing we put everything away and packed up because the rain, it has just started sprinkling. Got back over here to where the bus is at. I got my trailer. Got Black Betty wrapped up over there. And got the NautiBus parked up over here next to some really tall alligator juniper trees here. And these ones have been lollipopped. That's where you cut the bottom part out. I think they look so much better with the bottom parts cut. Like they actually look like something you'd want to enjoy and sit underneath. So I'm gonna be doing this exact thing to all of mine. So this is what they look like after being cut and like lollipopped. Versus not, versus just el natural. So, you know, I cannot be worried about rain anymore, okay? I'm from the Pacific Northwest. It's okay that it rains. It's okay. I'm gonna have to just accept it. Plan ahead, plan accordingly this summer when the monsoons come. And in the meantime, get as much done as I can when the weather's nice. When it's raining or snowing or too cold, we're gonna head into the NautiBus. I got all the curtains closed, so once we go in there, I'm comfortable. You wanna see the kitties? Hi, Tara. Hey, Tara Bear. Hey, Chunks. All the babies are here. There's Gizmo. Gizmo's eating dinner there. Opie's over here somewhere. Is he up? No, he's not up in the bed. Oh, you're chilling on the heated blanket. You're a smart boy. You're a smart boy, Opie. All right. I'm overdressed right now. I was outside where it was kind of windy and chilly, but in here, I still use and enjoy my diesel heater, but this propane heater right here, this is the only way to go, guys. You just set it and walk away. I even had this set for the kitties while I was gone because of the thermostat on top. You just set it and then it clicks on and off as it's needed here, and it just warms this bus up so well. It's gonna be great. And then I'll just have to figure out, well, I've got the truck, so I can just pop empty propane tanks in the back of the truck, go fill them up in town. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna rough it a little bit for a couple months until we get my property completely settled, but we're gonna get there. Ooh, it is warm in here. 72 degrees. It's toasty. All right, guys, be well. We'll see you in the next video. I will be uploading this video with Connecten Internet. Check out the video description below. Almost forgot. It's been so long since I've made a video. You guys be well, and I'll see you in a few days. Bye, guys.